Alright guys, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be tinkering around with this 2008 CRF 250R I got. Wife's working, so I got the kids out here in the garage with me, hanging out.
Welcome back to the video.
Well, today I'm just going to probably take the carburetor off of it. It's been sitting probably going on 7 years without being ran, so I already know the carburetor's going to be gunned up. I've already actually tried to start it. I dumped a little bit of fresh gas in it and tried to fire it up, and it didn't even hit, so we're gonna pull the carburetor off of it and see what we can find. Funny story about this bike is I actually got it in like 2013, and it was an '08 leftover that was sitting in a crate for all those years. So I actually got it brand new in 2013. Got a super good deal on it. All right, guys, we're gonna jump right in. I got my son here. He's off school today, sick actually, so he wasn't sick enough to come to the garage. So he's gonna let him tear this thing down. Pretty simple, so we're gonna jump right on it. Alright guys, you see on the time lapse, got the bike all tore down and started going through the carburetor. Didn't end up pulling it off because I pulled the bowl off of it and it looked super clean. There was just a little bit in the bottom of it. It wasn't bad at all. I pulled all the jets out, main jet and everything looked fine, completely clear. So all I did was take some compressed air and I blew it into the bottom of the carburetor and all the ports. And on one of the ports, when I was blowing air into it, it was completely clogged up. I think, if I remember right, it was this one here. So I was blowing air into it and nothing was coming through. It was all pushing back on me. And then I heard it pop and it pushed all the way through. So I'm gonna say that's why I wasn't starting. One of the ports on the carburetor is completely clogged up. So a lot easier than I thought. I was gonna take the whole thing off, but once I pulled the bowl off and seen it was pretty clean and everything, and especially after I was able to blow air through that, I think I'm just gonna leave it at that and start putting it back together, and hopefully she'll fire up. Well, I got this tore apart. Funny story about this bike too is a long time ago I had this carburetor off, and I don't remember what I was doing, but I had the carburetor off messing around, and went to go put the bike back together. I was missing a 10 millimeter. So everybody always makes fun of people always looking for 10 millimeters. Well, I was missing a 10 millimeter. Didn't think nothing about it, just grabbed another one, finished putting the bike all back together, and then about a year later after that, I picked up one of these quick shot accelerator pump covers. So pulled the carburetor back off to put that on there, and when I had the carburetor off, I had a light back here and I happened to see something, and that 10 millimeter was down inside the head, and luckily it was a 10. If it was an 8, it would have probably went and actually touched the valve, but that 10 millimeter was sitting down inside the head and I could see it down in there. Couldn't believe it. I pulled it out with a magnet and it was completely purple from getting so hot, and the bike never ran bad or nothing. I couldn't believe that was in there, and I can't believe it didn't hit the valve or anything. But this bike ran perfectly fine for about a year with a 10 millimeter just sitting down inside the head right there. So pretty crazy. But now I got to make sure I got all my 10 millimeters when I got to put back together. So I'm gonna start throwing it back together and we'll see if she'll fire up. While I'm doing that, the boys out here with the RC car ripping. Oh. Alright guys, the next day. Didn't bore you all with putting everything back together. Everything went back together fine, no issues. Haven't tried to start it yet. I will in a second, but I ordered some parts from Rocky Mountain. They just came in, so I'll show you guys what I got. Alright, I'm going to show you guys what I got. Ordered this stuff from Rocky Mountain, and it actually came in super quick. I ordered on Sunday, and it was supposed to come in yesterday. For whatever reason, it sat at FedEx all night, but it's Tuesday, so 2-day shipping on it's not bad at all, especially since I ordered it like 6 o'clock at night. But I'll show you a little bit of what I got. Air filter on the bike's pretty rough looking, so for $11, I mean, I figure you can't beat this. It's a pre-oiled, ready to go air filter. So we're gonna throw that in there. Back when I was riding, I don't think anybody really had anything like this, but this is a oil change kit from Tusk, and it comes with all Honda oil. It comes with the filter oil for the motor and the clutch side, so really wasn't bad on the price to get everything in one kit. It comes with the crush washers and everything for it, so couldn't pass that up. Went and got that. Back when I was riding it, I know, if I can remember right, I know the clutch was feeling weak on it. What would happen is after it got hot, it seemed like it got worse. The clutch release was all the way out before the bike would take off, and when it got hot, you could feel like it was slipping a little bit. So I got these from Tusk. These were, I think, only like $70 for these, so that's not bad. They're the heavy duty kit. And then, of course, got some chain lube. And then there's the springs for the clutch kit. So we're gonna throw this stuff on there, and then we'll try to fire it up, see if everything goes right. Got the clutches out, and honestly they don't look like they're too bad a shape. I mean, it looks like they got plenty of life left on them, but we're going to put in the new ones. Just a comparison for what I noticed from the old ones to the new ones is the pad size on the old ones are way smaller than the new ones. These ones are way thicker. gonna have a lot more grip and power on the clutch. So we're gonna throw these in some oil, let them soak for a while, and then we'll jump back on here and throw them in. Alright guys, right here I went to go put the new clutches in and realized they weren't going all the way back. So there wasn't no directions with the clutches I bought from Rocky Mountain of the Tusk brand. So just by looking at them, I seen these two little washers in there. They're like little spring washers, so I just pulled those out. And kind of what I was talking about on the last clip, to where these clutches are actually a little bit wider than the stock ones. So I pulled them springs out, and then they fit right in after that. Didn't really have any problems after this. So. And for anybody that's never done it before, it's pretty simple. You're just going to put everything in just like it came back out, just alternating every other one from a fiber to a clutch disc. You start with the fiber and then just work your way out until you run out. I didn't use a torque wrench on any of this stuff. I mean, I'd highly recommend you figure out what the torque specs are and do it to the book, but I just did a good snug on it. That's how I've always done it. I mean, it's just going into aluminum, so you don't have to be super tight. You'll easily strip on these bolts out. So I usually go a pretty good wrist tight on there, and I've never had problems doing that, so you should be fine. Alright guys, it's all back together. Just finished adding oil to it, so when it's already checked levels, everything is good. She's topped off, so I guess there's nothing to do but see if it'll start. Fuel's on, choke's on. How many kicks do you think? 3, 4? Let's see. Alright, ready? start our first kick. So I don't want to end off the video without at least taking it for a little ride. So maybe I'll shoot out through the yard for a little bit.
Here we go, guys. You realize these? Did you just do a ball down the yard? It'd be there for this one. Wait till my over me. What? Dude, bike. How did he do that? He has to go all the way now. Okay, that's pretty easy. He has to go all the way.
Alrighty guys, there's that. So like I said, surprisingly it fired right up first kick. Just let the carburetor fill up for a little bit before I try to kick it, and fired right up. Just cruised around the yard for a little bit and realized I'm definitely out of shape. Been a long time since I've been on a bike, so definitely excited to get this thing back out and have to hit up the trail soon. So that's going to do it for this video. Hope y'all liked it. If you can, just like, subscribe to the channel, and my boy's going to keep on doing some dirt bike stuff here lately, so before it gets too cold. It's starting to turn fall now, so gonna be getting winter time soon, so we're gonna try to ride while we can. So hope you guys liked it. Got more stuff coming at you soon, so thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Can't believe you did a burnout in the yard.
What about you?
What was it, me?
Fine with me.